James Lord is actually a really interesting guy.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about him?
I can tell you a lot about him. I did a lot of research. I had all of his original correspondences between he and his mother. I had his journals. I had all of his fictional novels that he wrote, like the bad detective novels and all that, and then all of his biographies. He was an amazing character who he spoke French, and so he was stationed in Paris during World War II. As a gay American living in Paris during this sort of like artistic renaissance, and sort of being able to now live as an out human being as opposed to his life in America where he had to sort of be careful about his sexuality. He was living the good life, and he loved it, and he didn't want to go home.
But so much of that is not in this film.
Right, yeah, it's true. No, this is really a snapshot of a moment in time. This is a film about a painting more than it is, or it's about a painting and also about Giacometti's artistic process more than it is sort of understanding the backstory of either Alberto Giacometti, who also has a very interesting backstory, or James Lord.
So why did James Lord do this? I mean, why did he agree to sit and sit and sit?
I mean, it would be like if Paul Thomas Anderson or Ridley Scott or anybody or any of the sort of like great filmmakers of our day, Danny Boyle, whatever, if they said, I want you to be in a movie, you say yes. He had one of the great artists in the world ask him to pose for a painting. That is a huge honor. These artists wouldn't paint everybody. People would come to them and offer them endless amounts of money, and if they didn't feel like painting them, they wouldn't do it because it's a difficult process and it's arduous, and it's something that requires you to sit down and focus and devote a portion of your life to. So the fact that Giacometti said, I want you to do this, is a huge honor for James Lord.
How do you explain Giacometti's insecurity?
I think that every artist deals with that. I mean, it's the physical production and manifestation of something that they only see in their mind, that they want to try to get out in some way, whether it be, in Giacometti's case, the medium of paint on canvas or clay. For James Lord, it would be, the written word and book. But it's not something like, let's say you're an engineer and you have to build a system of valves and releases and yada, yada, yada. If that works, you did it right. There is an immediate gratification to knowing if I put something in this way, it goes da 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 da, and it comes out the other side like this. So there, I did it, and it's good. With art, it's highly subjective. So it's going to be put through a lot of judgment and a lot of critique, including your own. So there's not really a you nailed it, you did it right kind of aspect. It makes sense that he would put himself through that. He's releasing a piece of himself into the world in a way to be judged. So it makes sense that he would be cautiously pessimistic about it almost.